Hey, what's up guys? In this Intellij IDEA Java tutorial, I'll show you the step-by-step process of installing Intellij IDEA, setting up the Java JDK 14, and running our first Java program. We will use OpenJDK because the commercial uses of Oracle JDK 14 Standard Edition and later require a support contract or a subscription from Oracle. The first thing that we have to do is to download Intellij. So just open your browser and type in download Intellij. So just type download Intellij, and then select the first option that is there. It will open up with your operating system selected, as you can see here. If it however gets it wrong, just select the operating system you are using. For example, you can move to Mac or Linux. It will give you two options, that is Ultimate or Community. And as you can see here, the Ultimate Edition supports more features such as Spring, Java Enterprise Edition, database tools, and also the ability to detect duplicated blocks of code. The Ultimate Edition will also give you a 30-day trial, and after that, you'll only be able to use it in 30-minute chunks, or alternatively, uninstall it and install the Community Edition if you don't want to buy the license. If you're a student, teacher, or you contribute to an open source project, you can also get a license for a year. I do have a license, but for this demonstration, I'll select Community. So just go up and click Download under Community. It will start the download. Just click download here on your download manager. It will take a bit of time depending on your internet speed. I'll come back when it's done. The download is done. So just navigate to the folder where it's downloaded and then double click it to start the installation. So I'm just going to close this and then show in folder and then double click to start the installation. Just click yes because it wants to make changes to the device. And then click next here, and then it will give you the destination folder. If you want to change this, you can just click on browse and select a different folder. I'm just going to keep the default, so I'm just going to click on next. It will then ask you if you want to create a shortcut, associate Intellij with Java, or even update the path. I'm not going to choose anything except just associate with Java, and then click on next. And then it will ask you the start menu folder in which you would like to create the program's shortcuts. I'm just going to keep the default JetBrains. Click on install. And then it starts the installation. You can click on show details here to see the details. After it's done doing the installation, it will give you this confirmation dialog box. Here, you can either click finish to close the setup, or you can check this box which says run Intellij IDEA Community Edition, and then when you click finish, it will launch Intellij IDEA Community. I'm not going to check that because I still need to set up the JDK before we start using Intellij, so I'm just going to click on finish. And then I'm going to close this and this. We have successfully installed the Intellij IDEA Community Edition, but we haven't run it. When we run it the first time, there's some little configuration that we have to do, but we'll do it when we get to that step. Right now, we need to move on to the next part, which is to set up the Java JDK 14. In order to run Java, we need the Java JDK installed. As I mentioned at the start of the video, we're going to be using OpenJDK. To see if you have Java installed and configured, just open command prompt and then type in Java -- version. It should print the version of Java that you have. As you can see, it's saying Java is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. This basically means that I don't have Java installed or configured. To get the OpenJDK, just open your browser and navigate to jdk.java.net. When it opens up, just click on Java SE14. Then click on the binary for your system. I'm running this on Windows, so I'm going to click on Java 10x64 Java Development Kit. Just click to download it, and then click download on your download manager to start the download. It can take a bit of time depending on your internet connection. Mine is saying about 2 minutes, so I'll just stop it and then come back when it's done. My download is complete, so just open the download location. When it opens up, just extract it here. After the extraction is done, you can just cut it, and then you have to put it in C drive, program files if it's a 64-bit machine, and then just create the directory Java. You might need elevated permissions to do this. Then we're going to call it Java. And then you open there and then you paste the extracted folder. Just click on continue there. Just open it up and then check if you've got a bin folder. just open the bin folder and then copy the path, because we're going to need it when we set the path variable. So to set the path, just search for environment variables, and then when it opens up, click on environment variables here, select path here, click on edit here, and then select new, and then here paste the path that we copied, and then you can click on OK, and then OK to close this, and then OK to close this. We can also close this path. With that, we have successfully set up the JDK, and we can test it with command prompt. So just open command prompt and then type in java --version again. And as you can see, it shows us that we now have OpenJDK installed. Let me just close all the open windows, and then we can start IntelliJ. So just search here for IntelliJ and then select it. Here, it's asking if you want to import some settings. If you have used IntelliJ before and you have some settings you want to import, you can go ahead and import this by selecting the config or installation folder. I'm going to stick with the selected option, which is do not import settings, and click on OK. You then need to read and accept the privacy policy. And then click on continue if you agree to the privacy policy. It will then show you this dialog box where you have to choose the theme. There are two options, Darkular and Light. Darkular is the dark theme and Light is the light theme. I'm going to keep Darkular selected and then click on skip remaining and set defaults to round up this configuration. We can always do further configuration later. When the configuration is done, it will show us the IntelliJ welcome window. The IntelliJ IDEA welcome window shows some of the easiest ways to get started. You can create a brand new project, import a project, open an existing IntelliJ IDEA project, or check out code from a version control system. In this example, we're going to select create a brand new project. When the new project dialog comes up, make sure Java is selected on the options on the left here, and also make sure that our JDK is selected on the project SDK. If nothing is showing here, you can click on new here and then navigate to where we extracted our JDK. As you can see here, it's C program files Java JDK 14. After verifying that everything is set up correctly, click on next and then select create project from template, select command line up and then click on next. We need to give the project a name. I'm going to call it Hello World IntelliJ. And then just take note of the project location. You can change it here, but I'm just going to keep the default. We can give it the base package. I'm just going to give it the name of the company, which is NKT Studios. And then click on finish, and then IntelliJ IDEA will start creating the project. Every time you open an IntelliJ project, it will show you a tip of the day. These are really useful and help you to know more features of IntelliJ. You can turn it off here if you don't want it, but I'm going to keep it selected. You can then click on close. I've got two warnings here and I can just close them here and then here. As you can see, IntelliJ has created a very simple Java file for us. In the project window here, you can see that IntelliJ created for us a source directory as well as a package structure that we requested. We can also see any libraries that we're using. In this case, we are only using the Java 14 SDK and nothing else. Now let's write some code. I'm just going to minimize this so that you can see clearly. So just delete this comment here and then type in system.out.println, open brackets and then open quotes, and then we're going to type hello world from IntelliJ. And then we'll put in the closing semicolon. I hope you saw that IntelliJ also gives us code completion features, which include suggestions so as to improve our productivity. Since we now have something that compiles, we can now run it. We can run it from the run menu here, and then run main, or we can use the navigation bar here and click on this button, or you can just run using the gather icon here on the public main class. It all does the same thing. I'm just going to use this one. IntelliJ will build the project. And then when it's done, it will print the output. As you can see here is our output. So this is basically how I use IntelliJ IDEA to create a Java project, set up the Java JDK for the project, write the Java code for the project, and then compile that Java code. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you the IntelliJ shortcuts and features that I use to improve my productivity. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel to support us, and I'll catch you in the next one.